With a 21-inch front, 210mm of front suspension travel, and that air and oil cooled 109 brake horsepower boxer engine at its core, this R12 GS is aimed at riders who want retro looks, real off-road potential, and modern reliability without the bulk or complexity of a full-fat GS. It's the spiritual successor to the original R80 GS. But does it deliver, or does it miss the mark? I'm Usernamekate, and today that's what I'd like to try and find out. Meet the new 2025 BMW R12 GS that I have pinched today from Halliwell Jones Motorrad in Chester. The bike is priced from £14,420, but the one I'm riding today is £18,455, spec'd with the option 719 paint scheme and all the other goodies that the scheme comes with by default. This has also got a comfort pack, headlight pro, gold wheels, an engine guard, tyre pressure monitor systems and an anti-theft alarm. Powering it is an 1170cc air and oil cool boxer engine, putting out 109 brake horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 115 Newton meters of torque at 6,500 RPM. Up front, you've got 45mm of fully adjustable upside down forks with 210mm of travel. Out back, BMW's Evo Powerlever rear suspension, also fully adjustable. This specific bike rides on a 21-inch front and a 17-inch rear wheel setup, but you do have the option of an 18-inch rear and other off-road based goodies if that's the direction you want to go in. It comes in at 229 kilograms with a 15.5 litre tank. Braking up front is handled by twin 310mm discs with Brembo calipers, and at the rear we have a single 265mm rear disc with a BMW 2-piston floating caliper. Seat height of this bike is 860mm as standard, or 880mm with the optional rally seat, which will set you back £230. This is BMW's retro-inspired Enduro, light on frills, big on nostalgia, and just modern enough. But is it tough enough to wear that GS badge? Let's ride it and see. Oh, what a day! Today I am riding BMW's R12 GS, so I know it's going to be a good day. Oh yep, there's no flaw there. Uh-oh, tippiest of toes. So I was always a fan of the R90s. I absolutely love them, and they share this engine, which is a 109 brake horsepower boxer twin. I really enjoyed how those bikes made me feel, and then the R90s got replaced with the R12 and the R1290. And the R90 Urban GS, you know, was no more in the range. You couldn't get it in the new lineup. So, when they said they were bringing out the R12 GS, I was kind of thinking, you know what, that's excellent, because it is kind of a more focused R90 Urban GS, kind of what the Urban GS could have been all along. You know, so the Urban GS, it was pretty and it looked like a bit of an off-roader, but I feel like with the R12 GS, there is a bike now in the range that is like a proper enduro machine. It's got the seat height, it's got the equipment, it's got the travel, it's got fully adjustable suspension front and rear. You know, it's just built for it now. This one's just built different. So obviously we've had the tweaks and stuff to make it a proper off-road weapon, but because this bike is borrowed from a dealership, Halliwell Jones Motorrad in Chester, I'm trying to respect it, obviously, and you know, this doesn't have the enduro pack on it with the 18-inch rear and the knobblies and the higher bars. and the enduro based foot pegs, you know, a bit more grippy, a bit more spiky, a bit more enduring. So this is purely gonna be a ride review today. Now my partner Mike was riding this yesterday and he, spoiler alert, loved it and said that he would really actually like to take one of these bikes off-road. So I might have to bat my eyelids particularly hard at BMW and get Mike to do some filming for my channel as well as his. So with this bike, like the R90s of the past, and I guess even the R12 and stuff like that, we've got a kind of old school, very simplistic dash. You can actually spec this with a digital dash as well. But yeah, I think just with this, you know, screen at the front, this cowl, and the circular dash with kind of the old school look, I actually really like it. So this is the option 719 version. So it's not cheap, guys, it's not cheap. Let me talk to you about colours and prices. So the bike starts at £14,420. That's if you get a black one. And I believe it's a matte black. And I haven't actually seen the matte black one in the metal at all. I've only ever seen the kind of white one with the red seat and this. So that's a costless option, and like I say, it starts at £14,420. So can't park there, sir. So if you want to go down the least expensive route, that is the route to go down. Then things can get a little bit crazy. As you can see here, you can spec it up with that white option with the red and blue motorsport colour vibe. And again, that'll cost you a little bit more. I'll pop the price on the screen because I can't quite remember that off the top of my head. And then you can get this colour, but if you get this colour, it's going to cost you a small fortune, I'm afraid. So this is the option 719 number 1 package, which is £1,900 extra. And then there's an option 719 number 2 package, which is basically the same as the first one, but with an enduro pack thrown in for good measure. So like I said, you get the knobbly tyres, you get the bigger rear wheel, you get taller bars, so you're more upright, which is better for standing up and riding off-road. So yeah, I mean, that pack alone is usually £750 if you were just to spec the bike. But if you get the option 719 2-pack, yeah, so if you get that pack, then it's going to cost £2,200. So it adds £300 to the total cost to get yourself a beigey brownie tan one. But you know what, that baffles me a little bit, because I feel like BMW are selling this as like a bike that can be taken seriously off-road, and you know, they've put all the equipment on it to be taken seriously for a start. So that's going to attract maybe a buyer that loves the brand and absolutely loves off-roading. You know, I can name one account from Instagram, a friend of mine and Mike's, Mav. I'll pop his account there if you want to see loads of R12 GS content where he actually takes it off-road and puts this bike through its paces. You know, he is the type of person and rider who appreciates this bike. So one of the things that's baffled me is with the option 719, that's what you have to select in order to get this colour, which is a very popular colour and people really like it. But it comes with all the option 719 billet kit stuff, all the fancy, expensive, like, things that you put on the cylinder heads. Just make it a little bit more fancy-pantsy, right? But somebody that's gonna actually off-road this bike hard and put this bike through its paces, or even somebody that's just wants to, you know, they've got the expendable cash and they want to go and have a wobble on a green lane, I'd be terrified to take this off-road and drop it on those pretty billet bits. So I don't quite understand the need for option 719. I do get it, but it's just a shame that it means that you have to add at least £2,000 to that base price of 14,420 if you want the sandy beige colour with the popping red frame. It just seems so unjust. Anyway, enough about all that kind of stuff. We want to get on to the ride. So one of the things about this bike is, because it is designed to be like a proper bike that you can take off-roading if you want, you feel it in terms of seat height. So this bike has a seat height of 860, as mentioned in my B-roll. And for my little stumpers, it's relatively difficult. So I am a 5'4" individual, that's 162 centimetres roughly, with a 29-inch inside leg measurement, or 73.66 centimetres if you prefer that measurement. And yeah, it's pretty tall for me, I can't lie, it's pretty tall. Getting the side stand up is a little bit irritating, as you'll probably see in this footage that I'm about to pop up. Oh no.
Is it a bit tall, Kate?
A little bit. Yeah. Oh, it's manageable. We'll get by.
Side stand didn't come up.
Awkward. I've not heard it click up. Mike was filming me as I was trying to set off, and I didn't even look down because I heard the clunk. So it sounded like the side stand had gone up, but it hadn't. It was clunking back into place. Okay, so we shall go down here. Yes, I got a wave! Ah, what a start to the day. So this has a quick shifter and auto blipper because it's been specced with a comfort package, which does indeed give you keyless ride, heated grips, whoa, lovely, and a quick shifter and auto blipper. So this road has been re-tarmacked, but it's still quite bumpy, but the suspension is just bobbing over all of it in a really nice compliant way. It's quite nice to stonk on. Oh, that view is just unreal. Yeah, it's actually quite nice just to stonk on. It's got a 21-inch front, so it's obviously not going to be as point and shoot, you know, super good directional changes as something with like a 17-inch front, but you know, there is that reason for that because of the bike's purpose. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, the quick shifter and auto blipper on this is actually pretty awesome. Like, it's not feeling as clunky as I remember the R90's feeling. Let's try going down the box. Oh my god, that is actually seamless. Mike told me it was seamless and I thought he was perhaps exaggerating. Not that he exaggerates, but I was just like, it can't be that smooth, come on. Like, I think you're just giddy, Mike. Just purely because of how I've felt the R90s before, but nah, this is actually ridiculously smooth. The engine braking on this is lovely, you proper feel it, as it is that air and oil cooled boxer twin. Right, I've got a feeling I'm going to get to a really awful bit of road in a moment, like quite a tricky slope with a real sharp left. So that'll be interesting for me with these little stumpers. But we are committed to the path we have chosen, which is this. Yeah, the engine braking is pretty strong. Even when you just like roll off the throttle a little bit, it's there, it's waiting to slow you down. It's quite halting. The sound of this, I really love the sound of this Boxer engine. It sounds like a proper old bike. But I've got to say, the riding position of this bike is perfect. Mike said to him that he really, really likes the riding position of it. And I thought, I wonder how I'm going to fare being a little bit of a smaller human than he is. Nah, it's great. It's great. I think we might, yeah. So we're heading to Edgeworth, as that sign suggests. Is a little bit of a minging turn at the bottom here. You see? Oh, and the road slopes down. So I'm going to try and time this nicely, because you got to think, you got to work smarter, not harder. We can see that nothing's coming, except now this white car may be coming, but it's dilly-dallying, so we're just going to commit. There we go. Wasn't too bad because I didn't actually have to stop. And that's the key. When you ride tall bikes, you might have to like slow yourself down a bit further up the road, where all your mates will just be like rushing up to the junction, and that's fine because they can just stop whenever they want, but you have to like use a bit more mental planning when you ride something tall and you're quite small. It's just the way it is. Adapt and overcome. Figure it out. Yeah, sometimes self-doubt causes more F-ups than a little sprinkling of Delulu and confidence. I've learned that over the years. It served me well. So yeah, bit of Delulu and a positive mental attitude and you're halfway there. Oh, but honestly, this bike is a dream. It's a dream boat to ride. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's quite basic. We have got a USB-C charger there, and we've got a DIN socket there, which is great. You might be wondering, why do we have like a little key thing there when it's keyless? Well, that's because it is for the steering lock. Thank you! That was nice of him, although I was prepared to wait. Right, so we've got Edgeworth Crossroads. So again, we've got a few little slopes going on here. I'm going to try and get across. So nothing is coming. That's great. Oh, life is being made easy for me today. Oh, I'm really, really enjoying this bike. I'm really enjoying it. It's funny that you can get a rally seat that makes it taller, but you can't get a lower seat to make it lower. I think, obviously, for the cost of a rally seat, which is like £230 as mentioned before, I'm pretty sure you could probably get it upholstered for, you know, less than that to make it lower. So I wouldn't be put off by the height, because it is a really, really lovely bike. I wonder actually though how an 18-inch rear may affect the height, because obviously I haven't sampled this with that configuration. Second gear, wind on, because we're in a national now. So let's have a gander. So this is Broadhead Road. It is a proper bumpy road. Very bumpy. Woo! But honestly, the suspension of this is pretty bloody good. Comfort, the bike is pretty comfy so far. Yeah, like literally no complaints. Zoom, 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 first tarmac. Oh, beautiful. And now we get behind a tractor. But I'm sure we'll be able to get round it shortly. Okay, we're in front of that, so now hopefully we can have a little bit of a play. Play, hey, hey. Oh, it's definitely a bike that you can have lots of fun on the twisty lanes as a road bike, you know. If you just like the look and you want to feel cool with your R12 GS. You want to feel all nostalgic with the looks of it, and you know, you just want to basically treat it like an urban GS vibe. Then as a road bike, yeah, it's really, really gorgeous. Skinny tyres, Kate. Skinny tyres. But oh yeah, I feel great. I feel upright. I feel large and in charge. That engine, ooh, beautiful, beautiful. And you know what? Teamed with these brakes, the brakes are actually pretty strong. Like the front brake. Like the front brake is so strong. I haven't really tried it with a back brake because it's just, the bite is just, woo! I am stopping now. So we can go on this side of the road because we could see it's clear. Quick shifter, oh, punchy. Love that. What a gorgeous day for it as well. So I'm actually quite interested to hit this dip at the bottom because it's a pretty brutal dip and some bikes like it more than other ones. Go in the middle, stand up for it. Ugh. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Wow, that was good. That wasn't crashy. I mean, I braced for it. I was ready, but no, it's fine. I'm not going to overtake here because we're just coming to the end of the junction anyway. So we're looking, and the road is sloping up there. So if I need to put my foot down, it will be my right one. But oh my gosh, the stars have aligned today for me. Everything's just being made so easy by just the look of the universe. Oh, belted Galloways! Look at them! Wearing the little white belts. Angels, they are. I want to do a little... Oh, look at this view! God damn! I want to do a bit of motorway because I want to see how it, you know, stacks up on the motorway. Don't indicate. Okay. Thank you! So we got cruise control with this. Oh yes. So we can just set it at 40 miles an hour so we can't get in trouble from the average speed cameras. This has been spec'd with an SP Connect phone mount. So it's got the nice practical stuff like the cruise control, which is good. So yeah, all in all, this is actually a pretty delicious bike to ride. I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much, but one, I kind of like a bike that challenges me a little bit, and I feel like anything that's a bit on the tall side, you know, does make you think a little bit carefully, or more careful, or more consciously, I don't know. You gotta put a bit more thought into, you know, the ride when things are a little bit tall, but it's also, it might have GS tallness, but it doesn't have GS weight. So that honestly makes life so much easier, you know, when you are on something so tall. Yeah, we can go, we can make it, we'll hop on the motorway. Oh, listen! Alright, okay. That gets up to speed lovely, and it sounds great as it does it. So I really like that. I'm worried. So we're going to set the cruise control to 70 because we are low on fuel. And and we'll just have a nice little casual ride. But yeah, like I've mentioned in other videos, we don't have a screen or anything like that, and it's not a particularly windy day today, although it is actually a little bit windy. But I kind of like just that clean air blast hitting me, and I don't wish that I had a screen right now. Maybe if it was chucking it down I might do, but that's the joys of motorcycling. You know, not every bike is built for every single purpose. You can't physically have one bike that will do everything amazingly. It's just not possible. So yeah, although it's no RT levels of wind protection, rain protection, it's just what motorcycling's all about. It's that raw, cool feeling, kind of stripped back, kind of removed from the tech age. Don't get me wrong, obviously we've still got tech on this bike, but you know, it's not overkill in my opinion. But yeah, you got the handguards, that's quite nice. You know, we do have heated grips on this side, but definitely don't need them today. It's flipping 20 odd degrees. The seat comfort, I find it probably comfier than the R1300R that I was riding yesterday. The seat is very comfy and very plushy. But yeah, I actually really like this bike. And now I'll take you guys to the pros and the cons. Right everybody, I am back from filming on Halliwell Jones's BMW R12 GS, and what a pleasant bike. I definitely prefer it to the R90 Urban GS, which I feel like this is a bit more of a serious version of. Honestly, I've just really enjoyed it. The engine, that older oil and air cooled 109 horsepower engine as opposed to the 1300 flat twin with 145 horsepower. Don't get me wrong, you feel the lack of it by comparison, but it still has its own kind of pros associated with that. Like, you get to feel like you work it, you enjoy it. It's got a very unique sound by comparison. It sounds much better in my opinion, less rattly. You know what you're getting with this engine, and yeah, it's just actually been a really fun ride today. Obviously, with it being so tall, it's kind of a little bit, you got to think ahead, but you know what, I just deal with it. It's absolutely fine. And on the screen now, I'm going to put my pros and my cons, because I could talk, but then this video would be really long. So I'll just pop them on the screen now, and if you want to dig a little bit deeper into those, just drop me a comment and I'll try and clarify or explain what I mean by what I say. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Once again, massive thank you to Halliwell Jones Motorrad in Chester for lending me this beast. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye!